The music industry is broken. Every day, talented artists and musicians tell me there's just no money in music anymore. And yet, at the same time, the major record labels are raking in record profits every quarter. Everyone claims that streaming killed the music industry, and yet the global recorded music revenues reached an all-time high of nearly $30 billion in 2023, surpassing even the golden age of CDs and vinyl. So naturally, this raises the question, where the is all of the money going? Well, before I tell you, let me introduce myself real quick so you know where I'm coming from. My name is Michael Gilbride. I'm a former Wall Street trader, and I'm the general manager of the online music education company, Mastering.com. But above all else, I'm an artist just like you. In fact, it was the dream of making it as an independent artist that drove me to make the terrible financial decision of quitting my career on Wall Street in 2020 to launch my solo music project, Telco. I spent the next few years releasing and promoting my music, but probably like you, I constantly felt like I was banging my head against the wall. I'd spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to record, mix, master, and promote my songs, only to have them sit on Spotify. I hired coaches and paid for courses, but the only advice I ever seemed to really get was to improve my social media and hope that one day some record label would swoop in and magically make money for me. My whole passion was reduced down to checking likes on Instagram and streams on Spotify, hoping that one day some algorithm would randomly pick up something that I posted and somehow I'd be able to do what I loved for a living. And worst of all, throughout this entire process of endlessly releasing and promoting, I felt completely alone. Felt like every artist was competing with each other for attention rather than building something together. Eventually, after years of trying, I realized that I had lost my love for music entirely. So I quit. I stopped promoting my music entirely. I risked my entire future for music, and just like that, it was over. Thankfully, at the time, I was involved with an online music production education company called Mastering.com. And while my solo project was failing, our company was becoming one of the biggest online audio schools in the world. Every day, I worked with students from all over the world. I watched them learn and grow together, and over the next few years, we ended up building one of the most amazing and supportive communities in music. I watched firsthand how a shared love for education and learning fueled the growth of both our business and our community. And suddenly, I had an idea. I thought, what if we could use this education-based business model to create a new kind of record label? Traditional record labels pay artists in advance in exchange for ownership of their music. The artist then has to pay back that advance with money they make from their music. So when someone technically gets signed to a record deal, they're basically just getting a loan that they have to pay back. And if you've been following the music industry for a while now, you've probably heard some of the horror stories from that business model. I wondered if instead of owning our artists' music, we could create a record label that lets students actually sit in on the label meetings so that they could learn firsthand how artists are developed, promoted, and monetized. We could then use the profits from these education programs to sign more artists without owning their music, effectively creating a community-funded, education-funded record label that allows artists who aren't signed to learn from those who are. It was a bit of a crazy idea, but we decided to test it in the beginning of 2024. We enrolled just over 20 students into our first artist incubator program, which let them sit in on real record label meetings between our team and our signed artist for 3 months. And in addition to getting to sit in on those record label meetings and ask questions, they also got direct mentorship from our label team so that we could help them implement what they were learning into their own music careers. The program was a massive success. Not only were we able to fund a record deal for an emerging artist without taking any ownership of her music, but we were also able to help students make incredible progress with their own careers simply by shadowing our label meeting and then working with our team to implement what they had learned. For example, we had an amazing student named Claire, a 67-year-old woman from the UK who's made music with her twin sister for nearly 50 years, but never actually released a song. And we managed to get her over 10,000 streams on her first single without spending a penny on promoting it. We also had another student named Caleb who took what he learned in artist incubator to blow up on TikTok after he wrote an amazing song about his struggles with autism, which was an experience he really opened up about during his time with his fellow students in the artist incubator program. By the end of the 3 months, not only did we have a ton of success amongst our students, but we had built a really amazing little family of artists of all ages, backgrounds, and genres that supported each other at every turn. And now we're ready to do it all again. We're ready to go even harder with our next batch of students. So here's how the next artist incubator will will work. We've already signed our next artist. She's an absolutely incredible country soul artist from right here in Nashville named Christiana Allaire. And every week we're going to be meeting with her for 2 hours to work on building her music career. If you participate in the Artist Incubator, you'll get to sit in on those meetings with us, ask questions, and interact with Christiana and the team. But more than that, you'll also get direct daily access to mentorship meetings with our label team to help you actually implement what you're learning with your own career. So here's the team you'll be working with if you choose to join. First, you have Rob Shustak, a former A&R for Atlantic Records and The Orchard, a voting member for the Grammys, and one of my favorite people in the music industry. I call him the Forrest Gump of the music industry because he has so many unbelievable stories from throughout his career. He has extensive background in A&R and is also incredible at helping artists get their music placed in TV and film. Next, you have Reed Sorrell, one of the most talented up-and-coming producers from right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Reed will be working with you on artist development, helping you hone your sound and make your best music possible. After all, no amount of promotion or marketing matters if the music isn't right first. You'll also have weekly calls with Christiana, our signed artist, and as a fellow artist and a peer, she'll be able to help you with the day-to-day of what it takes to be an artist. She's also an incredible songwriter, vocalist, and an amazing businesswoman in her own right. You'll also have access to general support calls with my right-hand man at Mad Records, Preston Pakula. Preston is a Swiss Army knife, but he's really amazing at helping you get your mindsets in the right place so that you can build your career without burning yourself out. He's also fantastic at helping you hone your social media strategy should you decide to use social media in your music promotion. And finally, I'll host weekly office hours call where you can bring anything and everything. Of course, my core strengths are in business and marketing, but these calls are open to whatever you need help with. And in addition to this amazing slate of mentors, you'll also get access to our complete artist development curriculum that will teach you the fundamental business principles behind building an artist career. And most importantly, generating an income from your music. And no, it's not just a 12-week program on social media, I promise. In this curriculum, I've distilled down the business and marketing principles that we use to build mastering.com into an artist-friendly curriculum that will help you start treating your music career like a business, rather than hoping that someday some algorithm will magically fix your problems. This time around, we're only enrolling 30 students, and we're kicking it all off at the beginning of January. So if you're interested in joining, you can book a consultation with me to discuss some more details and see if the program's right for you. This label has revived my passion for music, and I'm ready to create a new music industry that's transparent, collaborative, and driven by community. I hope you'll join us for the next round of Artist Incubator. Schedule a consultation with me below by clicking the link, and I look forward to working with you.